Hero Academia!
So, before you begin,
Yo.
there's something I just have to comment on, and it's the fact that Hirokoshi, man, just it annoys me that this chapter is so short, but at the same time, I'm liking. See, because one of the biggest issues for last arc was that the chapters were short, but
nothing seemed like it was happening, right?
It was fucking stupid, right? But I'm liking what he's doing. It doesn't feel like this arc. The chapters are short, but we're still getting shit happening. I still feel like I got my fill. Like I got me a Happy Meal.
I got like a half a needle's worth of heroin, right?
Yeah, so I went to McDonald's, got me like 2 McDonald's.
Your example is a lot more wholesome than mine.
Filled it up, got me like a medium drink. It wasn't a lot of food, but it filled me up before, I could wait till I had to eat again. So kudos to you, Kirokoshi. You must have taken a lot of effort to make sure that, make sure you don't redo your arc. I wouldn't say your last arc was shitty, but it was...
'Twas a fall from grace.
Yes.
But here. So allow me to be hype real quick here. Bro. Here's the thing. I've loved Shigaraki ever since, not immediately, but like for a while I have, especially since the mall scene, right? He's really going to come up as one of the best villains of all time for me, I feel. What's your thoughts on that?
Wow, just really good. Like his flashback, man. I thought he was the older one. Nah, man, he has an older sister.
I'm starting to really, really like it. Like, okay, so first I want to say, let's go in order, okay? First, Redestro, bro. This man is like quoting children's books like, oh, don't judge people by their quirks. Cute line, but actually, I'm for judging people by their quirks. Why? Because it tends to influence your personality. You, for example, your quirk is to destroy shit. You touch shit and it disintegrates. It's almost like... And what's your goal again? Oh, right. Is it to build anything? Is it to create anything? Is it to build the world up into this beautiful thing? No, it's to destroy everything. Get on my level, scrub. I'm like, God damn, that was beautiful.
Well, while he hypes about that, I'm going back to Shigaraki's flashback over here. Just imagine.
Hold on. We're getting there. I'm going in order. I want your thoughts on that.
Fuck! Oh, we don't go in order. This is not controlled chaos level shit. We jump around like fucking
I
Bun
know, but
Rabbit.
I do kind of want your thoughts on that. I was gonna save the Shigaraki flashback for later because that's more hype.
All right, fine. So,
I just thought that was a great talk that he gave there.
First of all, Redestra said it's getting blacker and blacker every chapter.
Is he becoming a brother?
He's becoming a brother. He already beats All Might because he can say the N-word.
Speaking of, I'm glad you brought up All Might. When he fucking did his huge ass attack, I was like, that straight up looked All Might level, I'll be honest. Like it did!
It's just Redestro, man. It's just look at who he said, a battle of morals right now. Redestro is actually a very interesting villain.
He's
so
great.
I'm really happy they didn't punk out and make him like a fodder.
No, see, he doesn't have to be fodder. I'm okay with his secretary being fodder, but we won't get into that. But what's your thoughts on though, like the whole? Because I really, really latched onto this, like, oh, don't judge people by their quirks. But actually, typically people's personalities are defined by their quirks, and I'm like, wow, I thought that was really interesting.
It's an interesting thing because it's funny. We've been saying that people are affected by the quirks when they're young age, right? And it's kind of it's kind of cool to see that Redestro kind of confirmed that, like Kirakoshi kind of confirmed that. Okay, there are people who suffered at a young age because of the quirks. We were saying that, but I don't remember it ever been like kind of confirmed. It's been Oda level hinted at, like subliminal lines. But it feels good to know that, okay, someone who's like clearly not a scrub is saying, okay, yeah, people can get scarred by their quirks, right?
Yeah, and that really goes along with the ideology of this group, because one of the things that the secretary, that before, I'm going to call her that, the journalist, whatever the fuck, before she got, splatted, her whole thing was like, she was looking at Toga as like an example story for their cause. And the example story was, we need to be more accepting and open of quirk usage, because a lot of times these quirks are shaping these kids' personalities. Almost, like, and that actually is an interesting point. We've talked about people in this series who kind of like Chisaki, who don't like quirks at all. They just hate quirks, right? And this is actually an interesting point in that favor, or in the favor of that ideology, because it does seem like these quirks definitely could shape your personality. Because like Toga, you could argue she would not have, gone down the path she did if it wasn't for her quirk, because her quirk is kind of what gave her that fixation on blood and becoming something she's not, etc., etc. With Shigaraki, I mean, if you're fucking 3-5 years old or whatever, I don't know how old, let's say 5, if you're a fucking 5-year-old and you gain the ability to just destroy shit you touch, you very well might just be like, hey, if I don't like something, I can just poof it out of existence. Why not do that with everything I don't like? So I just really, really liked that talk that Redestro gave, because it's just, you can feel, because, okay, you save my voice memos a lot whenever I, like, destroy someone. You always like those, right? Like, when I'm just destroying someone.
Mm-hmm, I save them all.
Yeah, that's the vibe I got from Redestro here. Like this is like a red level destruction of a human being. Like, where he's just going through like, people that don't judge by your quirks. Well, what's your quirk? Destroying shit? What's your goal? Destroying shit? Do you want to build something up? Do you want to make something of the world? No, you don't. That's what I thought. Like, that shit, I thought that was fire. I'll be honest.
It's funny too because you can even argue Bakugo has like this, right? Like, even his mom,
he's got an explosive personality.
He's been commenting on his quirks so much that it got to his head. Like, he's never been, because we all know fucking, Logan Paul and Jake Paul are examples of this. We all know people.
Why are you bringing them into this?
Because it goes well with this example.
Bakugo is Logan Paul confirmed.
We all know that there are individuals who are never given a slap on the wrist, never being told that the thing that they're doing is being wrong, but
what
punished.
About Bakugo's mom? Like, is pretty disciplinary.
Well, but I mean, my counter to that is, Bakugo is still, he still kind of does his own shit, right?
I mean, society, his teachers certainly don't. The world certainly doesn't, because the world looks at him as a prodigy. I'd say one of the only people in his life that doesn't give him that special treatment is probably his mother.
But I mean, that still hasn't really, done anything to give him a slap on the wrist, right? Because if all society tells you you're strong, but like one person tells you like don't do that, who are you gonna believe, right?
Yeah.
Clearly that affects Bakugo, because like Bakugo's been bullying Deku for how many years now, and I'm pretty sure that teachers are probably saying, hey, Bakugo's being a fucking bully to this kid who's quirkless, and he still does it. So, I mean,
well, you know what happens in our, like, the best comparison to that is, like, kids that have, like, football scholarships. Like, they're really talented in sports. They don't get in trouble. They'll get their grades, like, altered because they're going to make the school a lot of money. They're the pride of the school. So for Bakugo, it's well, okay, he might have a couple rough edges, but look at him. He's going to be the next year number 1 hero. He's going to make our town proud.
So it's just like, because it wasn't until like All Might came in that he was just like, and other people who can match Bakugo could realize, okay, I'm not as hot shit as I thought I was, right? He had to grow as a character.
That. He literally, you see, when he got that, he started to fucking become not a psychopath anymore.
See, so it's clearly this works towards Bakugo as well. Bakugo was saved, because hell, if you even think about that shit, the Evil Association literally captured him because they thought he would make a perfect villain. Proves my fucking point right there. Do you see what I'm saying?
You're right.
They captured Bakugo because they thought he would fit in with their crew. Because
that's a good point. Yeah, because I mean, what's the kind of like theme of the villain league? It seems to be they were all fucked over by their quirks, emotionally and personality wise. So yeah, I guess that's a phenomenal point actually.
Because I honestly feel like All Might saved him indirectly. Because I mean, like, if you think about it, Bakugo admired All Might so much. He was like, hero never loses, and so he would have went full on Sasuke mode if it wasn't for All Might. So
you're right, actually. And the ironic part about his admiration of All Might is that it was like, and this is one of my favorite things to analyze about this series, is that Bakugo and Deku both both kind of admired All Might, but for completely different reasons. So Deku admired him for like wow, when he saves people, he does it with a smile on his face, and he's very caring and gentle, even though he's doing really rough work. He's always got that positivity and that air of like, everything's gonna be okay. I'm here to reassure you. Whereas Bakugo admired him simply for the fact that he never lost. And that was, the different, and the way that Bakugo, the funny part about that is Bakugo literally was like, yep, All Might's the hero because heroes never lose. It makes me think that if All Might, was like a normal hero and lost a couple times, he wouldn't have considered him a hero. You know what I mean? Like, if there was a villain that never lost, he may have been like, well, clearly that's the right side because they always win, right? He had a very simplistic mentality about it. So All Might, simply by being so overpowered, I think, saved Bakugo, because Bakugo was a modern day King of Lightning and looked up to only power.
Look with the strength. I think that's because I think that's a very kid-like thing to do, right? Not calling out lightnings or anything like that. But I mean,
wait, just so you know what I'm talking about, like. Like he hates Chopper and he hates weak characters, and like my favorite example is there was back when One Punch Man was coming out. You know that like really emotional scene with Moomin Rider when Moomin Rider's like trying to fight the Fisher King, but like he's failing.
Yeah.
And like how that's like a really emotional scene, right? Like it's impactful and shit. Like he was just laughing and like, get the fuck out of here. And like that was one of the few times where I've seen his comment section turn against him. Like, fuck you, King. Fuck you, King. Moomin Rider's being a badass right now. And then he had to like retract his statement. Like, yes, it takes balls to do what he's doing, but I want Saitama.
Ugh. That's why people like that should not watch One Punch Man. They ruin the point of the series.
Well, King of Lightning's all about like he really likes power scaling. There are people out there like that, and that is Bakugo. Bakugo is a power scaler.
So it's crazy because like that's a kid thing. Like you look up to strength. Like what do you like? I know you, not you in particular, Red, but like a lot of young boys
typically when they're brainwashed by their fathers that want them to become stereotypical men.
Yo, he did brainwash. Yo, this man is not sugarcoating that. And he said, I know what Thurman's talking about. He's talking about when fathers brainwash their kids, their sons, believing that, football, boxing,
You're only successful if you've crushed at least 15 puss. Bro, my dad straight up made my dad like just so you know the kind of guy my dad is. When I don't remember what age I was, but I was very naive of sexual shit all the way up. Like I was in high school, I was still naive to sexual shit, and like when I said something stupid that just like was scientifically inaccurate about vaginas, I don't remember what it was, and he was like, "Wow, you're like 16 and you don't know that shit? What the fuck?" Like he was like disappointed in me. And I was like, Dad, what the fuck kind of father are you?
He's like, fucking Red, you should have been on your 5th pussy by now. Get on my level, bitch. Back in your day, I was already on my 30th.
Oh my god, I'm crying. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, that's your mod. That's Bakugo for it.
He'll be like, I even got a janitor at one point.
The funny part is Bakugo's dad looks like a Ned Flanders motherfucker, So I think Bakugo's stereotypical toughness ironically came from his mother.
Yeah, it's just funny. So
Bakugo's gonna like Bakugo's taste in women is gonna be like Dom, like 100%. Like he's gonna want a woman that can like crush his head in her thighs.
Oh yeah, man, it's fucking. We added that.
Suffocate me.
We added that little side tangent there because
it's controlled chaos. Where have you been?
Not much talk about this chapter. So
no, there is. Let's go to the flashback, brother. Okay.
So imagine it's like all of a sudden your sister's just like, hey, come here. I know you're in pain. Come here. Give me your hand.
Strap these fucking hands, dude.
You kill her. You literally kill her.
You killed this bitch. Okay. Seriously though, I actually straight up love this because I like that metaphor, right? Because first of all, as a Hunter x Hunter fan, yes, I know. This man right now, straight up pulling his best Kurapika impression. Do you remember Kurapika's famous quote? I believe it was, "I don't fear death. I merely fear that my rage will subside over time."
Yep.
So, like, straight up, I mean, so Kurapika's whole thing in Hunter x Hunter was that, like, his literal biggest fear, when asked, okay, what's your biggest fear, Kurapika, it was, my biggest fear is that my rage against the Phantom Troop will subside. Like, I do not want to stop being angry at the Phantom Troop, because Kurapika knew what was talked about in this chapter. Kurapika, like many others, you know, like this is true, no matter how angry you are at something at one time. It is inevitable. Years go by, it's going to lessen, and you may even forget about it. So I liked it back then with Kurapika, but are you ready for some blasphemy, bro? The Hunter x Hunter fanboy is about to say, this particular aspect was done better in My Hero. This is just great, because Kurapika, that was a theme, but it wasn't really touched on too much. This is an element of his design that has been there from day one. And I've always wondered, okay, what's with the hands? Why are the hands, like, what the fuck, right? And I always assumed it was something like reminding him of something. One of my friends had a theory that, it had something to do with, like, his weird, like, compulsion of itching. But I love this where it's like, no, you, Shigaraki, you don't want to forget this rage, you know, because like a normal kid, you know, if you're just a normal kid, this is going to seep into your subconscious. This is going to be suppressed traumatic memories. No, you ain't forgetting. I'm going to make sure you don't forget, and I'm going to glue the remnants of your family's destroyed bodies that you killed, just going to strap them onto your body so that you'll never forget what happened here, so that you'll never forget how pissed you are today, so that you can carry through your rage to your goal of destroying everything. You'll never forget, because they'll be on. And you see it happen here, because it does seem like a lot of these memories were suppressed. And when one of the hands got damaged, it's now flooding back to him. And I thought that was really clever.
I agree, man. Especially since how Hirokoshi's kind of writing him. It's just fucking amazing how Shigaraki's he's still growing, bro. Like, damn,
so good.
He's taking the spotlight from Deku right now. This man is taking the spotlight for Deku.
So much hype. Okay, and other things.
Hold on. Christ. So I have to talk about this right now. Okay.
That he's on Kamino level, bro?
No, it's just like, so Hirokoshi finally did it. He finally confirmed it. Finally, it's put to bed. Brink of awakening right now. So he says, there have certainly been cases in which a superpower rapidly grows from some inadvertent trigger.
Yeah, the ice dude apparently was like, oh shit, Master, you burnt yourself, hold up, and then his ice got better.
For example, Akafurugi became able to alter the temperature of ice. So finally, Hirokoshi, pulling a Oda, pulling a Tabata over here, pulling a, what's his name? JoJo, what's his name? Araki, explaining how his characters get these power-ups.
All right, Thurman.
I like power-up as long as it's explained.
Thurman, the next sentence I say may give us a dislike, or 2 or 3, but I have to say it.
You hate it.
No, I don't hate it. The question is this a retcon, yes or no? See, I don't know, because, like, it's a gray zone, bro, because there are definitely cases in the manga where there have been powers that have evolved. Like the dude that controlled darkness and he could, like, swim into darkness. That was talked about how that went from one thing to another. I guess what I will say is that it wasn't as, like, clearly foreshadowed as I've seen things like this foreshadowed in other series, right? So I can agree it was foreshadowed, but it was not, like, as obvious to me. And maybe if you want to fucking say that makes me a dumbass, fine. And it's not, it doesn't even bother me. I'm past the point of it bothering me. Now I'm just trying to legit wonder, like, why did it seem so weird to me? You know what I mean? Because it seemed, you and me both were like, well, this seems weird that just all of a sudden Toga can do this and all of a sudden, you know, this person can do that. So, like, what's your thoughts?
To be honest with you, I think Hirokoshi was late to the punch. I think the one thing I will say that's negative about this chapter is that if he wanted to show this, he should have done with, I'm sorry, if you guys can hate Black Clover as much as you want, should have done with what Black Clover does and kind of. Sorry. So the reason why I say that is because Tabata does is on like some Oda, not Oda level shit, but it feels like he's training, getting some training from Oda right now behind the scenes with his foreshadowing. But in Black Clover, if you want to foreshadow someone getting a boost, it's kind of like foreshadowed maybe like prior to this. And you think that it's gone, you think that foreshadowing's gone, but it's brought back later, and you're like, oh, that's why this was mentioned. So I take that with Hirokoshi here. I feel like Hirokoshi, if you really wanted to show, like, hey, because, I mean, think about it. Shigaraki's on his fucking deathbed right now. He's tired, he's exhausted, he's getting arms broken, yada, yada, yada. Yeah. So if you really wanted to push the fact that, hey,
it should have been said at some point, like, yes, a brink of death type shit. Well, like, I mean, we got the fucking hockey line in One Piece, like, real, like, you know, over and over again. Like, hockey blooms in the battlefield, hockey, yada, you know what I
mean? Because all we really got was, you can train your quirks, but it's never really been shown do quirks evolve during battle.
Now, I will stop and say here, if we're wrong, give me the chapter and the page in the comments, and I will immediately come out here and fucking... just like pray for forgiveness and like do that shit. Like, you know the plague doctors where they'd like whip themselves because they thought God was punishing them? I'll come out and do that on camera.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, we're not afraid of being proven wrong. We want to be proven wrong. We hate giving out false information. That's always been our stick here at Control Chaos. So if we're wrong,
has it?
Wrong. But for now, we're not saying, keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, before you guys raise with your pitchforks and fire torches, okay? We're not saying it's bad. We would have wished that Hirokoshi would have at least gave us something more to go off of hell. Because I would have even liked if he said you can either just two ways to evolve your quirk. Either A, go just fight a fuck ton, battle experience, or two, train it. Because
he said Luffy, A or two.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I feel you. I agree. No, I mean, and like I said, it's not like this was never foreshadowed. And I'm hoping that this is the last time we can fucking talk about it because it feels like this is a recurring conversation. I feel like at this point, now that Horikoshi has legitimately just said it with dialogue, we can just put it to fucking rest finally.
Yeah,
I'm okay with it. Like, and the chapters are so fucking good right now that I really don't. I'm past caring. I'll be completely honest with you. I just think it was a little bit of a sloppy execution compared to how I've seen it done in other series. That's about it.
Yeah, because with stuff like this, I've seen stuff like this. You know, Fairy Tail, Black Clover. You know, One Piece.
You always got to have a tree of evolution with any power system.
Yeah, because it's just like some people, for some reason, it's very taboo to have ass pulls in a series.
I mean, I think it's important to not have ass pulls.
Yeah, I think so too.
But I don't consider this an ass pull, to clarify. I just consider it kind of...
I think because I think that people, because I think people just throw out the word ass pull willy-nilly and don't really know what an ass pull is.
Well, the only thing that would make this an ass pull is if, like, there was evidence contradicting this even being possible. Like, if it was like, well, why didn't it happen in here? I don't think that's a thing. I just think it wasn't said previously, which would have been, not necessary to the story. It would have been better if it was said.
Yeah, that's why I brought up the ass pull argument, because I'm going to be honest, Fred, there's a lot people, this generation of manga readers are just so cringe. They think everything is an ass pull. That's why I said that, because for some reason...
Bro, you should step into my shoes, friend. The Bleach fandom, bro, like, any idea how many people... Like, people literally... Just to give you an idea, there was a time on the Bleach subreddit where they banned the word ass pull because it was used so much. I'm not kidding, because if you tried to type the word ass pull, it'd be like, that word's banned.
So it's just like, if it's been explained, like how Fairy Tail and Black Clover, they say, like, if the amount of magic you put out, the amount of stuff like this is increased in battle. Like, I don't, if it's been stated in a series and it's been consistently be shown that, it's not an ass pull to me. That's why when people say Fairy Tail and Black Clover has ass pulls, I'm like, no, it was stated that magic grows with you, and in battle and life, that situation, you can gain new magic. You can gain new pages in your magic, yada yada yada. So if it was stated that at the beginning of the series, and it's been consistently shown to do that, it's not an ass pull. People just want to drop.
Yeah. The only thing I can think of is, I know that All Might said, like, quirk registries are always open because they can change and evolve over time. So I mean, like I said, I don't consider this bad. I just consider it wasn't like as obvious to me, and that very well could make me an asshole or an idiot, but, like, I never had this issue in any other manga. But, again, it's really not that big of a deal.
We just happy to finally put this shit to bed.
Yes, it's dead now, okay? So if you're sick of us talking about it, it's dead. So Shigaraki can now, he does not need all 5 fingers to start to dissolve you. That is interesting.
More feats.
Yeah, more feats, but also, like, I wonder how they're gonna work it. Like, is it gonna be now that it can be all fingers? Is it gonna be like, you know, the more fingers on it, the faster it dissolves type thing? Because we already know that it seems like however, like, it seems like he can kind of control the speed of the dissolving, because there are times where it happens really slowly, and there are also times where it just goes immediately, like a couple chapters ago. So I wonder if it's gonna be like more fingers equals faster. Or if it's just his emotional state. I'll be curious how that works, and I'm also curious if his hand is, like, permanently fucked now, because the reason he only has a couple fingers on this hand right now is because this dude just took a huge chunk off of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so is that going to be a permanent injury? Do we have people that can fix an injury like that, or is that permanent? Like, is he going to have a deformed hand now? And because if maybe he'll have a deformed hand, and that's why he got this power up, because if he's going to have a deformed hand, how would he use his quirk?
Yeah, maybe. I think it's gonna be interesting to see, because let's be honest, the doctor clearly knows how to do some sort of, like, surgery type shit. So I wouldn't be surprised if they fucking replace his hand with, like, a Nobu hand or some shit like that.
But would his quirk still work through that, I wonder?
I don't know. I mean, it's Hirokoshi. I trust Hirokoshi to do some creative shit like that. But I mean, shit, only be able to use your quirk with one hand better than not having any hand at all.
Well, yeah, speaking, and you know what's funny about that? This is almost like karma from back to what he did to Chisaki. If you think about it. Like, yeah. I like to hope that Chisaki is just laughing in whatever afterlife he's in right now.
Man is dead.
So yeah, that's funny. Let's talk. So the fucking page where he's like, my head is splitting apart. Godly, like, just art wise. Oh,
this man is just fucking.
Horikoshi's going in on the art, man. Like, I feel like an edgy teenager watching Death Note again. Like, I love these psycho faces, bro. Like. Did you have a time in your life where you were all about, like, the edgy, like, dark, bloody faces, and you'd, like, put them as your cover photo on Facebook and shit like that? Oh, I love it. God, it takes me back, man. Like, I see this face and I'm like, man, if I didn't have a lot of people that I don't want to think I'm nuts on my social media, I'd make this my cover photo.
I rarely have any family on my shit.
I have all my family on my shit. Now, let's talk about this man's speed feats increasing. Like, damn. Page 9, this boy fast.
One fast boy.
Now, and here's the thing, right? Like, not only does the art depict him as fast, because, like, the way he's drawn. Like, go to page 9 real quick. You see what I'm talking about? Like, that's creepy.
That's some Gorillaz shit, bro. That reminds me of the lead singer of the Gorillaz when he was in the Fuse Inc. Incorporated tower.
I guess, yeah, a little bit. You're heavy on the Gorillaz references lately. But, like, not only how fast he's drawn here, and not only does Redestro say he's, like, minimizing unnecessary movements like a cat, but also he literally says he would have been able to compete at Camino with speed like this. Camino's, where All Might fought, One for All. So, like, or All for One, sorry. So think about that for a second, right? Because, obviously go back to Camino. Shigaraki was useless. He was on his knees just, like, in shock the whole time. He is saying now that where he's at now, he could have fucking tagged All Might, I'm guessing, is what he's trying to say right now.
Yep.
So, like, this is a massive power boost for Shigaraki, which means, like, because as we all know, like, when I first saw this, my first thing I'm thinking is, okay, well, Deku is eventually going to be fighting Shigaraki, so this is a massive power boost for Shigaraki, so now it's time for Deku's got to fucking jump up now more, too.
Yep.
And of course, obviously, Deku got his, like, multiple quirk shit going on, and you know how I feel about that, but...
Ben 10. I'm just waiting for people to fucking... you know how, like, I don't know if you've seen this, but in JoJo Part 4, they replaced the actual, like, JoJo music with Ben 10's theme, and it actually goes so well for some fucking reason. So I'm just waiting for like a new season of My Hero Academia, and someone just replaces that shit with the Ben 10 theme. They're like,
disgusting. I love Ben 10, but Deku should not have gotten more quirks.
He's got superpowers. He's no ordinary
kid. He's fucking Midoriya.
He's Deku 10.
It's bullshit.
He ate a piece of Harry. Now he's got 6 quirks. Different powers and funny berry eyes. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, like, I feel like Shigaraki's gonna feel the same way I do about this. Next time he sees Deku, he's gonna be like, haha, Deku, I've gone through a quirk evolution and I'm crazy OP now. And Deku's like, oh, I'm sorry, what, bitch? What, bitch? How many quirks do you have? It's like, well, 1, obviously. Oh, is it obvious? Is it?
I guarantee you Hirokoshi's probably gonna retcon that, man. I feel like it. I don't know. He might. He probably just gonna retcon it and say like some shit. Because I don't. Does he have a Twitter?
I'm not sure. No, yeah, he does. He does sketches a lot. Yeah, he does.
I really hope he doesn't. I really hope he's not that person to crack under pressure when it comes to fan.
I don't know, how hated is it that Deku has more quirks? Isn't it? I haven't heard much of the fandom. I think, is it not just me that hates that? Do more people?
Yeah, a lot of people are not a fan of it.
Well, good
at all.
It's not good.
People are not fans. Like, I'm shocked. Like, I saw like many posts on Facebook talking about how they didn't like it. I don't know.
Objectively shitty writing. I'm sorry.
But people were not happy.
Like I love everything that's happening right now. Deku should not have more quirks. I'm sorry. That's such it's so like
that shit too. That's so funny. I called that.
You did call it, and I hate it. We can't. We're detracting. All right, let's talk about this man's.
It's still My Hero Academia talk.
Let's talk about this man's chonky form. Like, I thought he was chonky before. Now he's like demon chonky. Jesus.
This man's trying to pull a younger to girl so badly.
Bro, he's OP as fuck. Like, let's not sleep on this right now. This guy's up there. Like I feel like physical power wise, he's like pulling some Kamino shit.
I mean, he literally just swiped a full on city block. So yeah, yeah. I think he's more than like.
All right, this guy versus not Prime All Might, because obviously Prime All Might would fucking just crush him with his dick. But like this guy versus like All Might that fought, you know, one for all. Or all for one. I always mix those up.
I'm not gonna lie, this guy, because All Might.
No, you are not gonna tell me he would beat All Might, bro. All Might, like
post All Might, town level, bro.
Well, okay. What conclusion does it lead you to?
No, I think All Might still be able to win mid difficulty.
Yeah. Because I was gonna say, I think that. It would come down to, like, we need to see other feats, right? Because this guy, you know, he can swipe and do about what All Might seems to do with a punch. I guess I would need, I know you're going to fucking get mad at me for saying this, but I'd need Screw Attack to go in there and fucking, like, measure shit. They gotta measure shit.
You're better off asking a 10-year-old to measure this shit for you.
Like, listen, here's the problem. I can't stand your fucking, like, how angry you are at Screw Attack. Like, everyone, the problem with that is, like, that's, death battling and power scaling is such, it's like asking someone, like, what's your opinion on this piece of art over here? Like everyone is gonna do it slightly differently. So if they're not,
I'm not mad at them. I stopped caring. I stopped actually like believing in their research after Bowser versus Ganondorf. Yeah. Like they can it's literally proven that some of the feats that they scale and some of the fucking like math that they do for said feats are fucking ludicrous, and they scale for feats that is like, why? That's so unquantifiable. Like they literally thought Sonic was hypersonic when it's been shown he's faster than light. So I mean, like I said, I don't hate them. The research is bad. The research is bad. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be honest. Like they're very Wiz and Boomstick are very entertaining. They're very entertaining. They have good symmetry like we do. Good chemistry like we do. You know, their animations are fucking phenomenal. But I'm gonna be honest.
I don't know if you want. I ain't gonna trust your judgment over their like panel of experts, bro.
panel of experts who literally
they're paid to fucking research fictional series.
Literally questioned the fact that that Star Platinum was speed of light, faster than speed of light, even though it was stated he was faster than the speed of light.
Well, yeah, in a data book, was it not? Yeah. Remember when I said some shit about Naruto in a data book, and you were like, outlier.
No, it wasn't a data book. It was actually, you know how, well, you don't read the manga, so you don't really know.
It was the fucking stand stats, right?
Yeah.
Because the stand
Those
stats
are canon.
are crazy.
Those are canon. That's not a data book. Those are canon.
Bro, get out of here.
No, but the thing is, though,
Stop,
I didn't.
My Hero Academia.
No, last thing, and then we'll stop. They can fucking skip, okay? We're adding more content to this fucking video because it's only like 14 pages, okay? Anyway.
And yet we're already at 35 minutes.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. Good chemistry. We could talk for hours.
Would you guys watch a live stream of us just jerking it together?
Anyway, so
I was gonna say making out, and somehow I thought jerking it was better.
Point being,
I need to delete that. It was too cringe.
Oh my god. Anyway,
point being, Thurman.
Point being is that Light Fang is light speed, but it has to have consistent light speed. Naruto does not have consistent light speed feats.
Oh yeah, see, so this is what Thurman likes to do. He basically picks and chooses what feats to believe in, which is why I don't trust his.
Oh, not at all. It's just facts.
No, later. This is a video for later. We're doing a death battle literally later today. So, yeah, we can have that argument later. Now, this boy Chonk. Let's see here. So he remembers his grandma and grandpa. They were nice to. So here's what I need to know for next chapter, okay? Because I'm sitting here fascinated. Him saying, "I remember what I really wanted to say back then." What he wanted to say. So what do you think that's gonna be? Because that's got me fascinated.
I'm sorry.
You cut off. Try again.
I'm sorry. I hate you. Type shit.
So what does that mean? What are you talking about?
I don't know. I mean, what could he possibly want to say? Like, it's my fault, because he blames himself. So I'm like,
well, that's what I'm thinking. There's two directions they could go in this. Like, part of me is thinking he's gonna do like the creepy kid from a horror movie lane with it, where it's gonna be like, even back then as a little kid, I wanted my parents to die, and I wanted to say "fuck you, bitches," you know, like, or it'll be the emotional side, like, I should have loved you more. I'm just very curious where he's going to go with this, because this is going to be very integral to his character, I feel.
Maybe they wanted him to hate him. Who knows?
Yeah.
Like he wants them to hate him, because think about it, right? Because judging from his flashbacks, he's done all this shit. He's killed all these people, but they never really scolded him, right?
Like he wishes that they didn't treat him so nicely because he feels like he didn't deserve it, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, because look at all the context. All of them just like, stop crying, it'll go away. You'll make me sad too. No worry about it. You know, they'll get over it. Yada yada yada. They're so kind, but he's every time he's done it, he's always done some fucked up shit. So maybe he was like, no, don't be kind to me. I'm fucked up. You know, you should have been angry. Some shit like that.
But he wasn't. But here's the problem with that though. He wasn't fucked up until his quirk activated. Like the vibe I get is that like, he was all right, and then his quirk activated, and he killed his family on accident when his quirk activated, and then that's when shit fucked up. So I don't think there would have been a time for them to treat him badly.
I don't know, maybe, because every panel is just like him saying, "Don't worry about it, you're okay, don't be sad, yada yada."
Well, I assume that's just normal kid worries. Like I mean, another line that I'm curious on your thoughts of is when he's talking to his sister. His sister says, let me find it. You know, you should probably just stay did you get scolded again? You should probably just stay quiet about it. I just tell Dad I want to be a bride when I grow up. So that immediately strikes me as Shigaraki maybe was saying shit like, I want to be a hero when I grow up, and his dad was like, maybe had a bad experience with the heroes, like, fuck you, you know, like maybe got abusive with him on that. Like that's the vibe I get. Like because when you see this in stories, when little kids are conditioned to lie to their parents, it's typically because the reaction that something's getting from their parents is negative and it's scaring them, or maybe they're getting hit from it. So the fact that the sister now is basically succumbing to these, just like I said earlier, the brainwashing fit into your gender norms here. The sister literally is like, oh yeah, I just want to fulfill my purpose as a woman and be someone's bride. Like, whoa, it's fucked up. Like, I legit read that line and I was like, that is sad to hear a little girl say that and to like basically lie to her father to say that. So that gives me the vibe that maybe the father wasn't as amazing. Like, we haven't seen much of the father, but I get the vibe that he wasn't that good of a father.
Probably not.
And because again, this line, it's implying that, you know, the sister's like telling him like, hey, when the parents ask you what you want to be when you grow up, don't tell them the truth because it's going to piss them off. So I wonder if Shigaraki wanted to be a hero originally.
Who knows? Find out next time.
Final thoughts, predictions for you, friendo.
Oh, well, man, I'm ready.
Oh, yeah, and of course the Hulk is here as well, and we're about to have a Hulk on Hulk fight.
To fucking attack Shigaraki. I'm waiting for it.
Yeah. That's been our theory for a while, where it's like they think it's gonna fight on their side. Sweet, we're gonna use it as a distraction. Just runs right to Shigaraki and fucking Loki's him.
I'm waiting for that shit. I'm sticking with that prediction until I die.
Shigaraki's just over there because look at his eyes in the final panel. Like he's having like a really deep a flashback moment. He's thinking hard about his life, and then just.
I'm not gonna lie. The way he looks looks like how Deku looked when he was in his quirk.
He's maturing so much too. Like remember how like he came from man-child to this. Like he's now. Like, when you just look at his face, he just looks a lot more intimidating, a lot more serious, a lot more like he's deep in thought. Like, it's character development in both design and, like, actual mentality of the character, and I love it. Yep,
I fucking think it's amazing.
So, yeah, digging this, loving Shigaraki's character path, cannot wait to see where this goes.
9.5 out of 10.
You fucking rated One Piece higher than this? This is why rankings are stupid. You said 10 out of 10 for One Piece with the Kappa, and then this is 9.5? No. You serious?
Well, you're the one who was like, everything could be 10. You said not everything could be 10.
No, you're right, but you've already fucked it up by saying that what? No. This is, bro. You're telling me, this is a real question. What chapter is better this week? One Piece or My Hero? Go. Yep, think about it.
I don't know. I got the Kappa's kind of goat. So
the Kappa's kind of goat is a fucking beautiful sentence.
And then I think about it, King, Queen, just fucking chaining up Big Mom and shit.
But that was last week.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh.
This week's chapter of One Piece was literally just like them, you know, the prisoners holding him down, the Kappa jumping out, and then them getting in the group and finding out Kiku's a dude, yada yada.
Yeah, I'm sticking with it. I'm sticking to my dick.
My Hero was the better chapter this week, and with that, peace.
Peace.